Alrighty, folks, today we're going to talk about the Viltrox 135 F1.8 Lab Series lens. And the version I got is for the Nikon Z mount. And this is by far one of the best lenses that I've ever tested for 2025. And it's by a little company called Viltrox. So I've been taking my time making this review because I really want to test it out and get to understand it a bit more before I share my thoughts on the lens. I've been using it for a couple months now and I am loving it, especially on my Nikon Z8. Now let's start with the elephant in the room, and that is its size and its build. This lens is by far the biggest lens and the heaviest lens that I've ever used. And when pairing it on my Nikon Z8, it does feel solid. It feels front heavy, and it does give your hand a little bit of a cramp if you hold it for a very long time. Now this lens weighs around 1.2 kilos, and that's a heavy lens. This lens is bigger than my Fujifilm X-S20. This is the Fujifilm X-S20, and look how big this shit is, man. Holy crap. That's gargantuan. Can you imagine? My goodness. It's crazy, man. This lens is a chunky lens. It's freaking chunky. Now this lens has an 82mm filter thread size. It has two custom function buttons, an AF and MF toggle switch, and you can switch it to click and declicked aperture, and it has a focusing limiter switch from 0.7 meters to 2 meters and then 1.5 meters to infinity and then full. The lens is built very well and it feels very premium in my hands. It's a high strength magnesium aluminum alloy, and it's a hefty piece of glass. This lens is also weather resistant, and it does have a cool OLED screen here on the lens where you can check your focusing distance. That's a neat feature and a nice touch, but I rarely look at it when I shoot. Overall, this lens is built quite well, and this lens is a freaking tank. When it comes to autofocusing on my Z8, I think it does quite well. There are some instances where it took a while to focus, and this is where you gotta switch your focus limiter. I had mine at full before, which takes a longer time to focus. Once I switched it to 1.5 meters to infinity, it did a great job at acquiring focus. And with the Nikon Z8 stack sensor and its and its 3D tracking, I rarely missed a shot, and I'm quite satisfied with the autofocusing on this lens. Now, Viltrox is calling this focusing motor hyper VCM, and according to Viltrox, it delivers 150% faster focusing than its STM motors, and I do feel it. Now, let's talk about the image quality because, wow, this is where the lens shine, and this is by far one of the sharpest lenses that I've used, which is crazy. This can rival some NATO glass. Not the Plena though. I heard that lens is incredibly, stupidly sharp. But the Viltrox Lab lens is no slouch either. When I was shooting portraits with it, my god, the shallow depth of field, the look that you get out of this lens, it's something straight out of the movie. It just gives you that cinematic look that I enjoy so much. Now, I do have to mention, you do need a little bit of space to operate this lens. And me living in Portugal, I got nothing but space here. So it's been amazing to use. It's awesome using this lens here. I've used it on the beach against the cliff settings. I've used it out on the open road, and it's just beautiful. I've also used this on mountainous areas where I shot portraits on top of a mountain where you can see like the mountain ranges and the trees, and honestly, it's just so freaking stunning. Now, even at f1.8, it's sharp enough. You don't need to stop it down if you don't want to. Yeah, I'm trying to see the different type of bokeh balls that are being produced by this lens, and I absolutely love how it looks. There is some vignetting at f1.8. However, Viltrox does have a picture profile in Lightroom that can clear that up for you. Now, when it comes to chromatic aberration, I found little to no fringing in the photos that I got. I was shooting outside in high contrasty scenes as well. I really like using this lens in outdoorsy area because of its compression as well. Like I said, I was shooting this up in a mountain with me, Toms, and Luana. We went on a hike on some trail, and we got up to some mountain with some trees and some dirt. While we were up there, was the only thing you can see for a good stretch, was just like mountains and just hiking trails. So you can see that for a very good stretch. The Viltrox 135mm brought that background closer, and it made for such a unique look. And this is something that I'd never done until this shoot. And we shot this during golden hour, so the light was really nice, very soft, very beautiful. I shot the trees from the other side of the mountain and in the background, and then I got Luana in frame, and I just thought it just looked so good. Now, as you can see, this lens is like incredibly sharp, and I'm so surprised by how good this lens is, and it's coming in at 900 bucks. I think it's such a great value. It performs so well. The images you take are so sharp, stunning. Net compression, that smooth bokeh at f1.8. This is truly one of the best lenses that I've shot with so far, and it's made by Viltrox, man. It's crazy. Viltrox is killing it, man. Now, again, I have to warn you, like, you need to have space to operate this lens. This lens shine when it has space. If you don't have space, go for the 85mm lenses out there. And I've been enjoying my time with this lens. Like, it's such a beautiful lens to shoot with. The only downside is it's heavy, but the image quality, the picture that you get out of it, it just makes up for it. And so I highly recommend you guys check out this lens if you have space. If you're interested in this lens, I'll leave the links down in the description below, and consider subscribing for more gear review like this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the Viltrox 135mm f1.8 lab lens? Do let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah, thanks so much.